From Cyclone Sports Complex in Ames, it's Iowa State softball. Today, the Cyclones host the Drake Bulldogs. Hi, everybody. I'm John Walters along with Sarah Ramont, and this is yet another intrastate battle, a second of 3 consecutive Wednesdays where Iowa State is facing an intrastate opponent. They beat UNI last week, Sarah. They'll face Iowa and Iowa City next week, and these games always carry a little bit of extra meaning.
Teams like this, they have players that date back to high school playing each other. It's a very familiar matchup, and Drake has already played Iowa, so it's an interesting kind of marker for the Cyclones to see how they'll do going forward and against interstate rivals.
Drake defeated Iowa 1-0 not that long ago, and they come into Iowa State today with a lot of confidence. They're the leaders in the Missouri Valley Conference. Hopefully the weather will cooperate today as they've been out working on the field for quite some time in preparation for this one. Iowa State and Drake coming up next on Cyclones.tv. John Walters along with Sarah Ramont. We will not be singing anything except hopefully a victory song for the Cyclones today as they take on Drake. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Bulldogs that they'll send to the plate here in the bottom of the first. It'll be Kelsey Wright to lead off. She's the second baseman. Megan Soa hit third and play first base. Haley Nybo is their cleanup hitter, the right fielder. Rebecca Schmidt pitches and is also the team's leading hitter at .361. Kaylee Smith, Caitlin Finnernan, Tasha Alexander, and Sarah Ryan round out the starting batting lineup for the Drake Bulldogs. And for Iowa State defensively, it's Kathleen Bingham in left, Brittany Gomez in center, and Kelsey McFarland in right. Nicole Antion, Lexi Slater, Maddie Reese, and Jordan Spenlove, the infield third to first, and the battery of Katie Johnson and Sammy Hildreth. And Sarah, tell us a little bit about Katie Johnson here as she makes a start here this afternoon.
Katie Johnson has been the leading pitcher for the Cyclones here. She's got an ERA of 4 with 43 strikeouts this season, so that's something to look forward to. That's good hitting Drake team, so hopefully she can record some extra strikeouts against them.
9-8 as you see on the season in the 4.00 ERA, and she got the win as Iowa State defeated UNI here a week ago at Cyclone Sports Complex and picked up a victory over an intrastate rival. Now they will try to do the same again today, and Kelsey Wright will lead it off for the Drake Bulldogs.
Wright currently has a 10-game streak with a hit in all those games, so it'll be interesting to see if she can continue that streak.
Comes in from the left side, right out of Olathe, Kansas. Drake has defeated Iowa twice this season. Iowa State will visit Iowa City next week, so all these interstate teams getting the chance to play each other in softball. There's the temperature, 49 degrees at the opening pitch. The wind's out of the north at 11 miles per hour and a little bit drizzly, but they're able to get this one started on time, and the first pitch is a strike. We have Ed Murphy behind the plate, John Orlovsky, the umpire, at first, and Tom Topping at third, and it looks like Ed is in no hurry on the strike call, so we'll be aware of that as the day plays on here. He got around to it eventually. There's a drive into left field. Kathleen Bingham over a couple of steps to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down for the Drake Bulldogs.
Usually a leadoff off hitting left-handed, you expect him to slap. It looks like she was stationary for that hit, so it'll be an interesting to see if she's versatile in slapping and hitting.
Megan Soa now stands in as another left-hander in this Drake lineup. 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs. And Katie Johnson delivers to Soa. That one on the inside corner for a strike. Good pitch from Katie Johnson. Drake, the leader in the Missouri Valley Conference at 10-2. They're 20-12 overall. Having a very good season under Coach Rich Calvert. 0-1 the count here on Soa. That one slept foul. It's 0-2, so Johnson getting ahead in the count.
Yeah, she's keeping her pitch count low. Yeah, it's only 2 batters, but in a game like this where it's a little chilly, it's good that she's knocking them out right away.
You want to keep your defenders on their toes, too.
Yeah.
You get a lot of full counts and long at bats, and then those fielders get a little stiff out there, so it's always good to keep them loose and throw strikes. Johnson delivers. Right back up the middle, a base hit for Soa, and Drake has its first runner aboard. Soa not a big threat to steal, just 1 stolen base on the season, and now Laura Brewer will stand in.
Brewer has 18 RBIs this season, so she's a threat to move Soa around.
And we'll look at the base hit back up the middle there for Soa. Good piece of hitting. Take it right back where it was pitched. So we'll see what Brewer does here. With Soa on at first. She takes up high, ball 1. Iowa State on the season is 19-14 overall. They opened Big 12 play last week at Oklahoma, ranked 5th in the nation. Lost all 3 of those games. First game was very competitive. The next 2 not so much. But they came out of that series 0-3 in Big 12 play. Johnson delivers, and this one misses away. It's 2-0.
Brewer showing split hands, so Johnson's keeping it high, which will make it hard to bunt if she does intend to do that, which hasn't looked like she has. She just shows a little bit at the beginning.
Well, Brewer from Waukee, Iowa. Johnson delivers 2-0. And that one misses. It's 3-0 now to Brewer. Drake trying to threaten here in the top of the first. 1 away. And a 3-0 count to Laura Brewer. Delivery from Johnson. And that one misses, ball 4. So first walk of the day for Katie Johnson.
Had a little bit of curve there at the end, so I think it missed the plate when it crossed. It looked pretty good right up until the last second.
Now Haley Nybo, the hitter for the Drake Bulldogs. Nybo, the team leader with 7 homers, 23 RBIs on the season. She has a couple of runners aboard here with 1 out in the first. Johnson delivers. Nybo takes inside, ball 1. So 4 straight balls now from Johnson, nibbling a bit and needs to come in there and challenge these hitters.
Looks like the same pitch that was that walked Brewer.
And that one hits the outside corner, 1-1 now.
He's giving her high outside, and that's definitely an area she should work.
I'm sure Katie Johnson, Sarah, would love to have a ball hit on the ground to her infield, try to turn 2 here.
Yeah, get out of a sticky situation.
First and second, 1 away here in the top of the first. The pitch to Nybo, and that one misses away. It's 2-1. Soa the runner at second, Laura Brewer at first. And Haley Nybo the hitter for the Drake Bulldogs. And she shoots this one to the right side. It's going to get out of play. Kelsey McFarland over to give it a look. 2-2 the count now. Nybo out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. As we mentioned, the team leader, 7 homers. Also the team leader in RBIs with 23. 2-2 count here. And that just missed.
Oof.
3-2. Good pitch from Johnson, just missed the black. So now 3-2 count, 2 runners aboard, 1 out here in the first. And Johnson to Nybo one more time with the count full. And then she swung at ball 4 and fouled it off. Hard to lay off, though, sometimes that pitch up in your eyes a little bit.
Yep. Rise balls always look really, really nice right until about a foot before the plate. That's always too late then. So
Yeah.
she did a nice job fouling that off.
Good hands. The wind is kind of blowing in a little bit from left field, so it might be tough to get one out today, although this is kind of a hitter's park. Here's the pitch to Nybo. This one check swing into center field. Brittany Gomez watches it go all the way to the fence, and now the throw into Slater. She'll fire home, but the run scores, and it's an RBI double for Haley Nybo, and Drake strikes first in this one. Boy, she didn't even take a full swing at that one, Sarah, and it shows her strength.
Yeah.
As she hit that one all the way to the fence.
Johnson has some nice velocity behind her pitch, too, so the combined forces of that will just take it right over Gomez's head, where she either would have to commit to go all the way to the fence or else let it. She played it off the fence really nicely.
Brewer injured over at third here. Boy, you saw just kind of a half swing, and
Gomez played it right off the fence, and if she'd caught it, they still could have tagged and advanced. So she did a nice job.
Almost could have thrown to second there and gotten
Yeah.
Nybo. She will be the runner at least for the time being, and perhaps have to go into the field.
Brewer is eligible to re-enter. You can have sub in and out and in.
So
Then you
we'll
have to
work
stay
on
in.
her and hope for that result. But McKinnon running right now at third. So the batter, Rebecca Schmidt. And she leads this Drake team in batting average at 361. She's trying to stake herself to a comfortable lead here. It's 1-0, but a couple runners in scoring position here in the top of the first. The pitch from Johnson. Schmidt takes on the inside corner, strike one.
Nothing better as a pitcher to start off your half of the inning with at least a run, and she has potential to score maybe even two more.
McKinnon the runner at third. Nybo at second. 0-1 the count. Johnson delivers. And a swinging strike. 0-2 now. Pitch from Katie Johnson. Katie, a sophomore out of Sioux Falls. I think a bit more polished as a pitcher this year. Got a lot of innings in last year, though. A lot of work.
Jump to college is hard, especially as a pitcher in D1 softball. It's a tough league in the Big 12.
No doubt. That one just misses on the 0-2.
That was a good 0-2 pitch.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca Schmidt, the hitter, 1-2 the count with two runners in scoring position here for Drake. And that one misses inside. It's 2-2.
Only one out for the Cyclones. Big batter here.
Something to keep an eye on as the day goes on. Sammy Hildreth this year right there. She's a good defensive catcher for Iowa State. There's the pitch, fouled off. Hartman, their normal starting catcher, has been injured. I think it's a wrist injury, and she's been out for quite a while. And so certainly one of their better hitters and a good defensive catcher as well. But Hildreth has done a nice job filling in for him. 2-2 the count here to Schmidt. Big pitch coming up right here from Katie Johnson. To the left side, out of play, and had the distance to get out of the ballpark, but it's foul. Schmidt gave that a pretty good ride. Maybe that wind isn't too big of a factor out there. Those flags not like exactly whipping around.
No, once they get up in the balls get high up in the air, they've been kind of hanging up there. A lot of hang time.
As we mentioned, this is kind of a hitter's park, I think. It's proven to be that through the first few years of its existence. Great place for softball. Great fan-friendly place. And that pitch gets away. Hildreth, though, quick to react, and the runners can't advance. But now it's a full count.
It's a short backstop, distance to the backstop from where Hildreth is, so that's definitely to her advantage. And on those high balls where they have a lot of velocity, they'll pop back pretty fast, making sure the runner from third can't do anything, which is very nice for Hildreth.
Johnson was ahead 0-2, but now it's a 3-2 count. First base is open. Schmidt, a dangerous hitter, and here's the 3-2. And it misses away, ball four. So the base is now loaded. So Drake with a fly out to Bingham to start this inning, but then four consecutive hitters have reached. They're up 1-0, and now with the bases juiced, here comes Kaylee Smith, the DH. Smith hitting just 180 on the season, a freshman. And that pitch up high. They're going to have a discussion on the mound. Here comes Brittany Weilmiller, the Iowa State pitching coach.
Good time to just stop, gather yourselves. First inning, one out. Just pause for a second and figure things out. Not too deep of a chat, but just kind of a check-in, make sure all is well. Which, there was a smile there, so I think so.
They can still get the force of the plate, too, on a ground ball. They're playing the infield in. Kaylee Smith, the hitter, 1-0 the count, one away, and the base is loaded for Drake. They lead at 1-0. Johnson winds and delivers. That one misses away, 2-0. So Johnson struggling with her control early. It's been an issue for her this season. She has 65 walks in her 92 2/3 innings coming into this one. And here's the 2-0. That one misses high, 3-0.
That one broke at the last second. Looked pretty good, and Smith was able to hold off on that.
Johnson trying to settle down. The 3-0 delivery on the way here to Smith, and that one catches the inside corner, strike one. So she'll try to battle back here with their back against the wall, bases juiced. Iowa State will send a pretty good hitting lineup to the plate in the bottom of the first, but they got to get there first. And there's a pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch by Johnson. It had some movement late, and a 3-2 count now. Full count, one away, and the base is loaded. Smith takes away ball four. That'll bring home a run. So McKinnon comes home to score on the bases loaded walk by Kaylee Smith. Third walk of the inning for Johnson. And it'll bring up Caitlin Finnernan, third baseman for Drake. 2-0 Bulldogs in front now. And that pitch missing.
Looks like her pitches aren't breaking where she wants to right now. It's a very similar pitch. She's tried a couple times, and it's just not catching that corner of the plate like she wants it.
Johnson's 1-0 delivery, fouled back, 1-1. A week ago against Northern Iowa, she had a pretty good day as far as hitting the inner half of the plate. The pitch in on the hands of the right-hand hitters was pretty effective for her throughout that day. She hasn't been able to hit that spot as consistently so far in this one. 1-1 the count, one away. Bases loaded again here for Drake. And that's a strike on the inner half. So 1-2 now.
Let's hope she can maintain control with this batter. A couple others she's let slip away with 2 strikes.
A pitch up high, 2-2. Defense plays her straight away, but the infield in, as the Cyclones would like to get that lead runner at the plate if possible. 2-2 the count, one away. And the pitch to Finnernan. And she takes strike 3 on the outer half. Good pitch that time from Johnson to get the strikeout. 2 away now here in the first. And Tasha Alexander will stand in.
Oh, she just froze her. She knew she wanted to go for that, but she couldn't pull the trigger. That was a great third pitch.
Hildreth framing it well at the plate. So now 2 down. Johnson tries to keep any further damage from happening here in the top of the first. And then she goes for that inner half again and gets the call, strike 1. So now she's starting to consistently hit that spot.
Yep, gaining some confidence.
Alexander hitting .259 on the season, not a lot of power. Bases loaded though, and 2 away here in the first. Johnson rocks and delivers. She wouldn't chase the high one that time, 1-1. So a couple of hits, 3 walks here in the first inning for Drake to get out to this 2-0 lead, and they're trying to add to it with Tasha Alexander at the plate, their shortstop. Johnson's 1-1. Just missed that inner half. 2-1 the count.
Looks like Alexander here's a little closer to the plate than some of the other Drake hitters, so I think we'll see if Johnson continues to try and bust her inside.
The 2-1 delivery. That time she hit the outside corner, 2-2.
She is getting that middle height outside corner. She needs to keep exploiting that until Drake makes her pay.
Bases loaded, 2-2 count with 2 away here in the top of the first. 2 in for Drake. And that one fouled back by Tasha Alexander. So it stays at 2-2. Alexander out of Eddyville, Iowa, a freshman. As you mentioned, Sarah, in the open, a lot of these players probably have some familiarity with each other, whether it's from high school days or even AAU.
Especially the Iowa high school girls represented on both Iowa State and Drake's roster, playing 5 years, you can really cover a lot of age range.
No doubt. 3-2 now as Johnson missed outside. So now the runners can go with the pitch. It's a full count with 2 away. And strike 3 call. Johnson hit that inside corner. She comes back with back-to-back looking strikeouts to get out of the mess. But 2 runs did score for Drake. And the Bulldogs lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Brittany Gomez to lead it off, followed by Kathleen Bingham. Allie Keppert hits third. Lexi Slater, team leader in RBIs, hits in the 4th spot. Maddie Reese, team leader in home runs, hits 5th. Followed by Nicole Antion, Kelsey McFarland, Jordan Spendlove, and the catcher Sammy Hildreth. Defensively for Drake, it's Soa in left, Ryan in center, and Nybo out in right. The infield third to first, Finnernan, Alexander right, and Brewer, although I don't think Brewer is out there as she got hurt in the top half of the first inning. We'll check on that. It's Schmidt pitching and Chambers the catcher.
Looks like it's the DH. Kaylee Smith playing first base, number 9, if I am not mistaken.
Yep, so she is taking that spot with Brewer injuring her ankle, it looks like, in the top half of the first inning. And certainly a blow for Drake, but moving in to take that spot is Kaylee Smith.
First base isn't too bad of a spot to sub a person in. Never great, but when it comes to the infield, it's a pretty easy switch in and out.
Brittany Gomez will lead it off for Iowa State, celebrating her birthday today. She is 3rd in the Big 12 in hitting with that .431 average.
Maybe Jamie can come up here and sing happy birthday, because you and I won't be.
No, not anytime soon.
No.
Unless she hits a home run here. Gomez bunting, thankfully. And that goes foul. 0-1 the count. She's fast enough that she could perhaps bunt for a home run. She's got great speed and has brought so much to this Cyclone lineup. 50 hits on the season. Just the 3rd Cyclone to do that in 3 different years. As mentioned, a junior, she'll have the opportunity to make it 4 straight years next year. So, big impact on this Iowa State program. Brittany Gomez out of New Braunfels, Texas. 0-1 the count. Schmidt delivers. Gomez takes that one up high, 1-1.
She showed bunt, then she showed hit. It's going to keep the infield on their toes. They're already on their toes for a slapper, but with someone like Gomez, you just really never know.
She doesn't walk a lot.
No.
That time she tried to bunt, made the effort. It's 1-2 now.
With a slapper, counts are never really in their favor. They usually get behind, and it's a real slapper who can get on base after that. You rarely see a slapper walk.
Gomez to the left side, trying to keep it fair, and it just drifts foul. Sarah, a year ago, we saw her, whenever she hit that ball to the left side, it was almost always a hit. If she could get it past the third baseman to the shortstop, she would beat it out just about every time. She has tremendous speed. That's
the goal of the slapper, is to just drop it right on the edge of the grass behind the third baseman. So there's communication problems, and she's already to first and past by the time they get to it.
Gomez takes a pitch, and that's a ball. So now 2-2 the count to Brittany Gomez.
Schmidt did a nice job throwing really fast on her first 2 pitches to Gomez, and now she's bringing a little bit of off speed just to see if she can throw off the timing.
The 2-2. Gomez swings and misses, strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down for Iowa State here in the first. Rebecca Schmidt picking up the strikeout. Schmidt, a good strikeout pitcher. 115th on the season. This is her 120th inning of work. So she has that ability to strike you out. Now Kathleen Bingham will stand in for Iowa State.
Schmidt has 48 career victories, so she's worked into the top 10 of pitchers for the Drake history books.
Bingham shows bunt and pulls back. It's ball 1. Kathleen Bingham has fought off a hand injury to earn her starting spot back and has really done a nice job of that number 2 spot in the lineup behind Gomez. There she ran up on it, took a strike. It's 1-1. She has filled the role nicely that Sarah Harlock did for the Cyclones in the past, hitting behind Gomez and moving her along and getting her share of hits. And she has good speed as well, so if she can get on, she can do a lot of the things that Gomez can do. And now Bingham pops one into the middle of the diamond, center fielder in to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down as Sarah Ryan puts it away. And Allie Kappert will be the number 3 hitter here for Iowa State. Kappert the DH, like Bingham out of Ankeny. And that third home run you see on her stats right there came in the series at Oklahoma over the weekend. She had a 2-run blast in game 1 of that series. That had to give her a shot of confidence to hit one at OU. Kappert, a great hitter. She really has tremendous knowledge of the strike zone. 1-0 the count.
She is a very smart hitter. She has accumulated a lot of walks this season already. She's 6 walks away from the Iowa State single season walk record. So that should tell you a lot about how good of an eye she has and how much of a threat she is at the plate.
Same number of walks as the number on that uniform, 23 on the season for Allie Kappert. Here's the 2-0. And she's taking this time, ball 3. On deck is Lexi Slater. Cyclones trying to get something going here in the bottom of the first. And Kappert takes a strike this time, 3-1.
Kappert's really gained confidence since her freshman year and even more since last year. It's been really nice to see her get up to the plate and know she's going to do something.
Here's the 3-1 delivery to Kappert. She drives it into right field, a base hit. And that gets away just from a moment out there from Haley Nybo, but she's able to track it back down. A single for Allie Kappert. First hit of the day for Iowa State. And I'll bring Lexi's.
Nope, just looks like it bounced off her foot. She did a good job keeping it in front of her, but
Hard hit ball by Kappert, and now Slater stands in. Slater, the team leader with 32 RBIs on the season. To the left side, and playable, and putting it away is Megan Soa. So Slater pops out to end it, and the Cyclones do not score in the bottom half of the first. We go to the second, 2-0, Drake leads it. Cyclones will get that going at 1 o'clock at what is never improving Jack Trice Stadium. Just growing by leaps and bounds by the day. There's a pitch inside ball 1. That renovation to the south end zone, just really fabulous. And Cyclones.tv, we put out a little tour of the facility earlier this week and hope you got a chance to see that. If you didn't, it's not too late. Here's the pitch by Johnson. And it misses. It's 2-0. Sarah Ryan, the number 9 hitter. Center fielder for the Bulldogs. 2-0 delivery from Johnson. And that's a strike, 2-1. As we mentioned, Drake leading the Missouri Valley Conference at 10-2. They were picked 6th in the preseason poll, but they have exceeded expectations and done very, very well. And this pitch driven foul. It's 2-2 now. So Johnson got behind 2-0. She's battled back. And she'll try to finish off Ryan here. Slater backpedaling, but in comes Gomez. She has plenty of room and makes the catch in center field.
all these fly balls have had a lot of height to them, so it's been easy for the outfielders to get underneath them, and gray skies, the yellow, is going to stand out pretty nicely. Advantage outfielders.
And normally this time of day, that left fielder in particular has a hard time looking right into the sun. But no such issues today. 1 up, 1 down. So again, Johnson able to get the leadoff hitter. Now this is where she got into some issues in the first. But Kelsey Wright stands in. She flew out to left field in her first at bat. She takes ball 1. And that pitch missing inside, 2-0. These two teams will meet again. Or will they?
I believe so.
Yeah, they will. April 21st. April 21st. Yeah, at Drake, a 6 o'clock start at Buell Field in Des Moines. 3-0 now from Johnson to Wright.
Drake's already knocked off their meetings with Iowa, so they're starting to check their interstate rivals off their list.
Started the season with an 8-0 win over the Hawks and then had a 1-0 win recently against Iowa, and that's a strike. So Johnson, after falling behind 3-0, now is trying to battle back. It's 3-1 here to Kelsey Wright. Johnson delivers. Strike 2. Good pitch that time by Katie Johnson.
Must have been something in that scouting report about high outside because it's frozen a lot of Drake hitters.
Full count now to Wright. She stays alive. Bingham in left field, Gomez in center, McFarland in right for Iowa State. Antion, Slater, Reese, and Spenlove the infield third to first. The 3-2 delivery, and that misses. So a walk for Wright. It's the 4th walk of the day for Katie Johnson. And it will bring up Megan Soa, who singled and scored in her first at bat.
Yep, right up the center last time.
So Drake a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. Trying to add to it. A runner aboard. And a fastball for a strike from Johnson. Wright not a big threat to run, 4 out of 6 on stolen bases this season. Deal 1 from Johnson. 0-2 now.
Cyclone infielders were staying back anyways. Didn't look like Soa was going to bunt, and now she definitely isn't with an 0-2 count.
Cyclones would love to turn 2 and end the inning right here. So it takes away. It's 1-2. Soa stands with that left toe right over the white chalk, right on top of the plate. Elbows out over it. And that pitch way up high. 2-2. Watch her left foot as she stands in. She'll stretch the limits.
Oh, yeah, she's right up on that line.
The 2-2 from Johnson to Soa. To right field and deep. Gomez chasing, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Megan Soa.
Looked like kind of a chopped swing, but giving credit to Drake, they've got very fast hands, which gets her bat to the ball in a good spot, and that lent itself to taking it out of the park.
We have seen 2 not huge swings that were resulted in shots to the wall or over. That one just kind of a
not even
how do you do swing? She got it out of here. So Soa with good power. Just her 4th home run of the season. And that'll bring up McKinnon. Mariah McKinnon now in right field for Drake Bulldogs.
Brewer was on deck briefly, but looks like there was a fast switch.
So a 4-0 lead now here for Drake. The 2-run homer by Megan Soa, her second hit of the day. She scored a couple times, has 2 RBIs on the day. So Soa, the hitting stars so far for the Bulldogs, and they have a 4-0 lead here in the second. And that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. McKinnon was not in the starting lineup, but when Brewer went down with that ankle injury, she moved in there. She scored a run. Here's the 1-1. She takes that one up high, 2-1. Back to second base. Maddie Reese had it kind of bounce up on her and couldn't handle it, so on at first is McKinnon.
It's a very effective slap. McKinnon isn't the speediest, but she was able to really bounce that hard into the ground, and with this wet ground, it's going to take a few different hops than Cyclone Infield's usually used to.
Is ruled an error, as it just was that in-between hop that's so difficult. So the error on Reese. Now McKinnon aboard, and here's Haley Nybo, who doubled in her first at-bat. So Drake threatening to add more here in the second. They lead at 4-0. Pitch miss is 1-0. Nybo, a senior. 1-0 delivery from Johnson. High in the air. Right side, Spenlove took a long look at it but couldn't quite reach out and grab it. Jordan Spenlove, an excellent defensive first baseman, but unable to make that play.
Looks like it went right into the Drake Bulldog dugout there.
Yep. Just out of her reach. So Nybo will stand back in with a 1-1 count. McKinnon, the runner at first, 2 runs already in here in the second inning for Drake. They lead at 4-0. And that one just fouled down the third baseline. 1-2, a couple loud strikes here from Nybo. You can see on our graphics package that Austin Minahan has put together for Cyclones.tv. We now have the pitch count. And Katie Johnson up to 66 pitches here in the second inning with just 1 away.
It's getting a little high there for the second inning.
Yep. One and two delivery here from Johnson. And this one to right field, down the line, and fair. And it'll be second and third now for the Drake Bulldogs. Second double of the day for Haley Nybo. McFarland able to get it back in quickly, but Drake swinging the bats well.
Really quick hands. I'm very impressed by that. They get the meat of the bat right into the strike zone, and not really the typical full swing that you might expect, but they still get a lot of velocity behind those hits.
The 0-1 from Bragantine. She throws a changeup for a strike. It's 0-2. Bragantine will change speeds a lot. She's not overpowering at all, but she does like to throw strikes. She'll challenge hitters, and she's out in front 0-2 here.
That changeup for a strike is also big. That throws the batters off. That makes them pause, makes them wait.
That one just fouled back, so it stays at 0-2. Fastball that time from Bragantine. Stacey Bragantine, a walk-on to the Iowa State program. She has done a really good job. She's out of Marengo, Iowa, a senior. Oh-2 delivery to the left side. Coming home with it is Antion, and they got her at the plate. Good play by Nicole Antion, and a good tag by Hildreth as they got the lead runner.
Very heads-up play to see that runner going right away. Let's look at that again. Looks like a bouncer, and yeah, Antion was further enough forward where she was able to snag that before it got past her and get the runner at home.
Nice job defensively there by Hildreth, too. That throw a bit wide, but she got quickly back with the tag. And so now Kaylee Smith will stand in here as Schmidt's safely aboard at first on the fielder's choice. But it stays a 4-0 game. And pitch high and away, ball one.
Runners on first and third, always a chess game of catcher versus base runners right now.
2 away here in the second. And there's that off-speed pitch, just missing. 2-0. Roggentin on the season, 6-3 record. 43 strikeouts in her 61 innings, so a little higher strikeout ratio than Johnson. She's allowed 69 hits in those 61 innings, 32 walks. Her pitch is in there, a beauty. 2-1.
That's the great thing about that changeup. It just throws the hitters off enough so they have to question what's coming next, and that is a lot of valuable time and short distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate.
4-0 Drake, 2 runners aboard, and a 2-1 count. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. So Roggentin able to get it past Kaylee Smith that time, 2-2 the count. The 2-2 for Roggentin. Strike 3. Great job by Stacy Roggentin of coming out and keeping that from being a bigger inning for Drake, but they did get 2 before Roggentin came on. It's 4-0. Drake leads it. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No homers, 6 RBIs all of last season. Now she's the team leader with 8 home runs.
Hitting is a funny game. It's game of streaks, game of confidence, and she's definitely on that upswing right now.
Reese, a swing and a miss. She had a home run as well in that series at Oklahoma. A couple years ago, we saw Reese hit the ball very well at spots, but really slumped a year ago. She moved around a lot in the infield a couple years ago. Now she's settled in at second base, and she grounds back to Schmidt here, 1 up, 1 down. So leadoff hitter retired by Schmidt again, and now Nicole Antion comes on for Iowa State. Freshman out of Orange, California. She takes a strike. Schmidt coming right at these Cyclone hitters. She's allowed just 1 base hit, a single by Kappert in the bottom half of the first.
This is still the Cyclone lineup's first look.
Yep, and Antion gets a good swing on that one, but the play is made by Kelsey Wright. 2 up, 2 down. And Kelsey McFarland will stand in for Iowa State. Another freshman. Mitch Gerber tells us it is New Prague, Minnesota that Kelsey is from. Spelled like Prague, but pronounced Prague. And there's a strike from Schmidt. So in each of her innings of work, Schmidt has gotten the first couple hitters. And now she works against McFarland, and it's 1-1.
McFarland's been having a good season. It's good to see a freshman make that fast adjustment, and hopefully she can continue to maintain it through Big 12 play. That's when things get tough for a freshman, and she adjusts well. It'll be a really vital to have her.
3 unassisted, though, to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Iowa State. A good inning of work for Rebecca Schmidt. And we go to the top of the third with Drake leading at 4-0. Leading off for Drake, it's Caitlin Finnernan, the third baseman. And a strike to get her started. Finnernan out of Morrison, Illinois. Many of the Drake students are from Illinois. I was one at one time. There's a pitch missing, 1-1. Tom Crochelle, another.
Learn something new every day.
It's about a third of the students are from the Chicago area. 2-1 the count. Some of us lucky enough to stay in Iowa after graduating and enjoy opportunities in this great state. That pitch misses, so it's 3-1 now from Roggentine to Finnernen. And that misses. First walk for Finnernen, or for Roggentine, I should say. And Finnernen, who struck out in her first at bat, is aboard now with the base on balls. Brings up Tasha Alexander.
This bottom of the lineup here is a little bit more of a threat to steal on the bases. Good 7, 8, 9 lineup for Drake where they can be a threat and have their 1-2 hitters move them around.
They bunt it. Roggentine will have to go to first, and safe. Reese covering, but able to beat the throw was Tasha Alexander. So now first and second, nobody out for Drake.
That was rolled a little bit further, had a little bit of curve on it.
Just that little bit of spin, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's the difference maker. It's really fine line. You've got to be so quick with these shorter base paths to make that play. So now, as you mentioned, good speed on the base pass here, Sarah. First and second, and nobody out. And Ryan tried to bunt, but that one's foul.
Difference also on a bunt is you have a second baseman who might not be as apt to stretch at the throw, so that always sells it a little bit extra too for first baseman. So
well, the corners are in here with an 0-1 count, 2 runners aboard. The pitch to Sarah Ryan coming up from Roggentine. Bunted back to the mound. Roggentine to first, and there's Reese covering, and it's the first out of the inning. So she moves the runners up. And that'll get them to the top of the order, and Kelsey Wright.
back up to the top with some speed. Really disruptive kind of hitters with slappers, so advantage for Drake right now. And the 2 base runners on have a combined total of 10 stolen bases. So
Iowa State will play the infield in, hoping to get that runner at the plate on a ground ball. There's a pitch for a strike from Roggentine. They've already cut down 1 runner at the plate. Antion with a good throw in the last half inning. Hildreth at the plate, keeping it a 4-0 game.
Antion playing a little bit deeper than she usually does on a slap.
There's an off-speed pitch and a beauty from Roggentine. It's 0-2. Just keeping those hitters off balance. Roggentine delivers again. And the check swing misses. Strike 3. So Stacy Roggentine comes back with a strikeout. And now it's up to Megan Soa, who's had a big day at the plate for Drake. She'll have an opportunity with 2 runners aboard.
A little check swing there from Wright. She also was not slapping, so stationary, a little thrown off there.
Soa had a 2-run homer in her last at-bat. She singled and scored in her first at-bat. And that one gets away. The runner scampering home. Hildreth the throw, and Roggentine couldn't get the tag in there in time. Good base running by Caitlin Finnernen, able to score on the wild pitch. And it's 5-0 Drake. And moving up to third base is Tasha Alexander.
What's hard about that is that pitch might have bounced off the backstop and rolled back really fast, but it went off Hildreth's glove, so it took a lot of velocity off of it. So she had to go all the way to the backstop as opposed to having it bounce back to her.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And now 5-0 advantage for Drake, and Soa still with a runner at third here. Checks the swing and takes a ball. 2-0 the count. Couple runs scored, couple RBIs on the day for Megan Soa. She tries to get that runner home from third here with 2 away. Left side and foul. 2-1. Again, Sarah, you go back to that leadoff walk. It just comes back to haunt you when you put runners on board. And there's an off-speed pitch that just misses. 3-1 now.
Walks always seem to come back and get you. There's no real, unless you can get a double play, there's never too much of an advantage to having a walk.
3-1 count here to Soa. Roggentin delivers, and that misses. Ball 4, her second walk. Runners at the corners now. And Soa on for the third time today. Let's bring up Mariah McKinnon. Came in to run for Laura Brewer when she was hurt in the first inning.
Now she's playing in right field, too. Pitchers don't really look like they're getting the inside the plate that's closest to the batter, lefty or righty. They're getting it when it's on the corner away from the batter, but not when it's coming up near them.
Roggentin trying to keep it a 5-0 game here. McKinnon has other ideas. 1-0 the count with 2 away. Runners at the corners. And the throw to second. They got her. Hildreth throws out the base runner. Soa trying to steal. And Hildreth with a strong throw to get her. So that ends the inning. And Rachel Hildreth with her defense getting the job done again. I should say Sammy Hildreth. It's now a 5-0 Drake lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Rebecca Schmidt, strong outing so far on the mound for Drake, and then she'll handle the first out for the Bulldogs, getting Spenlove.
In contrast to those Drake hitters, Spenlove was getting pretty far away from the plate in the box, which is an interesting move. But if the ump's going to give her the inside corner, give the inside corner the pitcher, then that was a good call on Spenlove's part.
Well, I guess we'll never know. She swung at the first pitch and just went right after it aggressively, but Schmidt able to throw her out. And now it's Hildreth who threw out the base stealer to end that last inning. Sammy Hildreth, the number 9 hitter, has done a very nice job defensively so far in this game. Iowa State trying to get the bats going against Rebecca Schmidt. This one high in the air, a mile high. And the catcher able to stay with it. Good job by Ashley Chambers. And 2 up, 2 down again for Iowa State. Third straight inning that their first 2 hitters have been retired.
I think one of the hardest fly balls would have to be the one straight up.
Up the elevator shaft.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right in the area around the plate. She did a great job reading that.
Yeah, as you can see it kind of drifting away from her at the end, but she was able to stay with it. And now Brittany Gomez with just her second at bat, so back to the top of the lineup finally here for Iowa State. 2 away. Gomez takes a strike. Schmidt really going after the hitters. Yes, she has not walked anybody.
Cyclones have been aggressive at the plate. Counts haven't ever really gotten that high. They've been swinging and making contact. Hasn't been too effective either.
Just the 27th pitch for Schmidt, and that's a ball. It's 1-1. Gomez up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Brittany Gomez, and the Cyclones have their second hit of the day. Gomez third in the Big 12 in batting average. Delivers a single there. And
deflected a bit off of Schmidt's glove, it looked like. Oh, just over it, actually.
Gomez 19 stolen bases on the season, too. 74 on her career, and she stands at first base. We'll bring up Kathleen Bingham.
It's definitely what you call a threat on the base paths.
No doubt. Schmidt delivers the pitch up high. Ashley Chambers, the catcher, another product of Ankeny High School. Several in this game, including the batter, Kathleen Bingham, and the on-deck hitter, Allie Kappert. The 1-0, and Bingham trying to slap it. Goes foul, 1-1. Good speed at first, and Brittany Gomez. But 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Cyclones trail 5-zip.
It's like Bingham's tracing out her path that she wants to go. It's a slapper. You want to go straight through the hitter. You don't to the pitcher. You don't want to bail out too soon because then your hit will lose velocity or it'll tip it off the end of your bat.
Bingham with a drive to right and deep, but backpedaling and unable to make the play. Now watch the speed here on the base pass. Gomez will come around to score, and Bingham into third. And the Cyclones are on the board. Well, that time McKinnon could not make the play in right field. She got under it, but Kathleen Bingham in at third with what is ruled a triple.
Shows you how vital Brewer was, because Brewer got an injury in the first inning, and that caused a little bit of a shuffle, and I think McKinnon hasn't seen too much time out there in right field.
So Kathleen Bingham, an RBI triple. Now Allie Kappert, her former high school teammate, stands in, trying to get her home as Iowa State dents the scoreboard. A 5-1 game now. Here's Kappert taking a ball. Kappert singled in her first at bat. Love to get that runner home from third here. Schmidt delivers. Kappert to the right side. She's digging, but couldn't quite get there in time. And it's just 1 run in the inning. But on the triple by Bingham, it's now a 5-1 game as we go to the fourth. Roggentin to Brewer. Strike 1.
I like how Roggentin starts off at bats with strikes. You know, just always gets on top, gets aggressively at the Drake batters, and they haven't been swinging at them yet. So it'll be an interesting trend to track if they go after those first pitch strikes.
That one tails away, 1-1. Roggentin has shown a nice ability to change speeds out there too. Facing the heart of this Drake lineup with Brewer, Nybo, and Schmidt here in the top of the fourth. Brewer takes a cut and misses. It's 1-2.
Brewer walked in her first at bat, so we didn't really get to see what her skills were at the plate.
Hitting .296 on the season. She fouls that one off. Does have 5 home runs and 18 RBIs, so a little bit of pop in that bat as well. One home run so far in this game. That was off the bat of Megan Soa. 2-run shot in the second. 1-2 the count here to Brewer. Roggentin delivers. Back up the middle, a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Brewer. We'll see if they courtesy run for her or not.
Nice job taking that outside, a little bit of off-speed pitch.
Looks like she's going to stay in there and run.
Yep. I'll be interested to see how aggressive she is on the base pass now. Even though they're keeping her in, at least myself, I'd be a little hesitant to slide after first inning.
Here's Haley Nybo. She has 2 doubles on the day for Drake. She takes ball 1. Nybo, the cleanup hitter, she started the game in right field, moved to DH when Brewer was injured earlier. .1-0 delivery from Roggentin. Fouled back, 1-1. So it'll be back to Big 12 conference play for the Cyclones this weekend. Friday at 4, they'll host Oklahoma State, a game you can see here on Cyclones.tv. In fact, we'll have the whole weekend series. The Saturday and Sunday games will begin at noon. And a week from now, Iowa State will try to take claim to the Iowa Corn Cyhawk series when they visit Iowa. This one fouled back again. It's right now a 13-11 lead for Iowa State in the Iowa Corn Cyhawk series. And a victory in softball next week in Iowa City would wrap it up. A loss would mean a tie. I'm thinking like the Ryder Cup, the cup doesn't go anywhere. If it's a tie, it already resides in Ames. 1-2 delivery here to Nybo. And there's strike 3. Good job by Roggentin. So now Rebecca Schmidt will face Roggentin with one away here in the 4th inning. Check swing strike.
Another batter with a first pitch strike.
Yeah, that's a good trend.
Especially when that was the first batter to swing at it, looked like.
Oh, nice off-speed pitch for a strike. 0-2. Five-1 the lead for the Bulldogs here in the 4th. Roggentin delivers. Fouled back. Big month on Drake's campus, always April. The Drake Relays will be held the final week of the month. And a large contingent of Iowa State runners will be represented down in Des Moines at the Blue Oval. Tom Korshell and I will be down there to cover the action for you on Cyclones.tv. And always a great event. It is. Did you get to the Drake Relays when you were a student, Roosevelt? Did you compete? You were
when I was in 5th grade, I participated in the elementary school relays. So
that's a blast. Out on the infield?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I think that was when my track career peaked.
The 1-2. And shallow center, and out to make the play is Lexi Slater. Good job by the shortstop to get a good jump on that ball. And 2 down now here for Drake. So after Roggentin allowed the leadoff single to Brewer, she's battled back to get the next 2 hitters. Getting that pitch in on the hands of the right-hand hitter. It'll bring up Kaylee Smith.
Smith has been filling in at first for Brewer these past few innings.
And that pitch, a foul ball. 0-1. Roggentin allowed the leadoff single to Brewer. And now she just misses the outside corner here. It's 1-1 to Kaylee Smith. Smith out of Murrieta, California. Many of the Iowa State players from California as well. There's the pitch to the right side and foul. Spendlove made the effort, but it was out of her reach and foul. So 1-2 the count now.
Up the line is always a nerve-wracking spot for a left-handed first base when you got to go across your body, and a little bit disadvantage, but it's probably the only main one of having a left-handed first baseman.
The 1-2 delivery. Off speed, strike 3. Good pitch by Roggentin. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for her. And she allows the leadoff single, but strands Brewer at first. So it's 5-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here at Cyclone Sports Complex. Slater's had such a great season at the plate. .330 batting average, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs to lead the team. One of those players that has just gotten better and better and better throughout her career. Senior out of Ramona, California, Lexi Slater. The 0-1 delivery from Schmidt. Fouled off, 0-2. That rained before the game, but the precipitation stopped maybe 45 minutes before they got this one going, and the ground crew did a terrific job of getting the field in playing shape. Here's the 0-2 to Slater. Fouled off, she'll stay alive. More rain probably coming in tonight, but for the time being, I think we're okay here at Cyclone Sports Complex as they try to squeeze this one in. Mentioned earlier, these two teams will play again in Des Moines later on this month, April 21st.
Is that during relays week?
Just prior. Slater fouled on the third base side.
Could pull double duty if it had been.
Yeah. Be fun to see what Iowa State's distance medley relays teams can do, and so many other positive stories from Martin Smith's program.
Looks like Chambers is wanting a different pitch call.
0-2 the count on Lexi Slater. Schmidt delivers. Foul to the right side. So Slater, a good battle here with Schmidt. Cyclones trying to get a rally started here in the bottom of the fourth. They trail 5-1. Schmidt has been in control on the mound. Foul to the left side.
Shouldn't
Say in the circle. I know that was politically correct to say on the mound. Not right. So Slater staying alive here.
She did a nice job getting on top of that higher pitch. That could have been an easy fly out. She did a nice job getting the top half and sending it into the dirt, even though it was foul.
The 0-2 again to Slater. And again, she fights off a good hard fastball that time from Schmidt.
Her first pitch of this at bat was a low right across the center of the plate, so good call to continue to fight and not let the ump get the chance to make a call she doesn't like.
Who will win this one-on-one battle? Rebecca Schmidt or Lexi Slater? And bounces over. 1-2.
Haven't really seen much of a changeup from Schmidt.
You're right.
Might have been a first attempt at that. They usually, when a ball is wet or it's kind of a more damp day, changeups don't usually are hard to grip based on how they're thrown in softball.
2-2 now. So just 42 pitches thrown by Schmidt, but about 10 of them in this at bat. 2-2 delivery. And Slater again fouls it off.
This is only her 13th batter, so pretty low pitch count, pretty low average per batter until we've gotten to Slater here.
Well, you know, one way to fight back in a game, make that pitcher work.
Yeah. Start to tire her out, go deeper into her pitches that she has to throw, maybe one she doesn't like as well or isn't as confident in.
2-2 delivery. Slater to the left side, a base hit, so she wins the battle. A battle of perseverance. And Lexi Slater aboard with the base hit. And that'll bring on Maddie Reese. Great job by Slater.
Not the prettiest hit. She only kind of got the top third of it, but it was enough to get it right in between shortstop and third base.
Line drive in the scorebook. Slater, just one stolen base on the season. Schmidt delivers. And that pitch on the outside corner for strike one.
Though Gomez dominates the base paths, you know, the Cyclone team is decently fast. They may not have the most steals ever, but it's still smart base running and can get there and usually beat out a couple extra hits that some might not be able to.
1-1 the count now on Maddie Reese. Corners are in the infield. The middle infielder's back. Reese to the left side, stays in fair play, and the throw gets away. And now Slater will move all the way to third. Runners at the corners for Iowa State. So Caitlin Fennernan had good hands on the play, but then threw it away. And the Cyclones have something going here in the fourth inning.
Right up the line to third base. She had to bobble it, check it a little bit in her glove there, and it looks like it kind of slipped away. Not an easy throw from third, kind of twisting around to throw to second.
So Nicole Antion with runners at the corners will try to take advantage here. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth, and Iowa State trailing 5-1. We'll have a meeting in the circle.
Chambers is looking towards the dugout, seeing if she's getting any calls or advice from coaches. Probably call for first and third what to do with our runners.
Reese, a couple stolen bases, standing over there at first base. See if she puts the pressure on the defense and runs here. The delivery, and it's taken for a ball. Ball 1. Antion grounded out to second, her first at bat. The 1-0 delivery. She takes ball 2.
It's like Cyclones are finally starting to make Schmidt work a little bit.
Stacy Gemeinhardt Sessler has a few words for Antion.
Looks like she's checking a call there.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th and a 5-1 Drake lead. 2-0 pitch here to Antion. And she takes ball 3. See if she's taken all the way here. 3-0. Schmidt delivers, and she was taking. It's a strike. 3-1. On deck is Kelsey McFarland. Antion back up the middle, and a good play over there at short. In fact, it's a double play for the Bulldogs. The run scores as Slater comes home on the 6-3 double play. The shortstop, Tasha Alexander. That ball led her right to the bag.
Tasha's only a freshman. That was a nice heads-up play by her. Oh, just catches the corner of second base with that toe. Nice job.
But a run in, and it's a 5-2 game. Now the base is empty for Kelsey McFarland. She delivers one to left field, drifting over to make the play as Megan Soa. And the Cyclones able to get one here in the 4th inning. It's a 5-2 game. Drake in front as we go to the 5th. Try to bunt it. 0-1.
Cyclone defense is playing a little deeper. Probably why she tried to sneak a bunt in there.
The 0-1. Away, 1-1. We have seen the ball carry pretty well today.
I think Rogantine's speed's a little bit slower than Johnson, so it'll be interesting when Drake starts putting a bat on it if it has the same distance and velocity.
49 pitches now for Rogantine. She came in the 2nd inning. It's 3-1 now.
It's a big difference in strikeout pitchers versus relief pitchers. Usually strikeout pitchers will have a little bit higher of a count because you really have to work the batter when it comes to pitch counts.
3-1 delivery from Rogantine to the left side. Diving play by Antion. The throw across the diamond in time. Terrific play by Nicole Antion, and Spenlove with the good stretch over at first. Good defensive play by Iowa State.
Cyclone defense has really been playing quite well. Able to cut down hits that have been right in their wheelhouse.
Antion quickly getting to her feet and making that throw. So 1 up, 1 down. Now Alexander with a foul back. Tasha Alexander singled in that 3rd inning for Drake when they tacked on a run to make it a 5-0 game. Since then, Iowa State's answered with a couple of runs to cut it to 5-2. Alexander takes a changeup for a strike. It's 0-2. Alexander had that good defensive play last half inning. The ground ball up the middle. She gloved it, stepped on second for one, and threw to first to get a double play.
Very impressive for a freshman. Done a nice job.
The 0-2 pitch. And strike 3 from Roggentin, her 5th strikeout. So 2 up, 2 down. And Sarah Ryan, the number 9 hitter, will stand in. Roggentin trying to make quick work of Drake here in the 5th.
Oh, she was just underneath it. That was a nice job by Roggentin. A little bit of break on it there at the end, so wasn't where Alexander was expecting it.
Ryan pops one up to the right side. Will it stay in play? Maddie Reese over to give it an effort, but couldn't get there in time. It just barely stayed inside that fence over there.
Bounced pretty high.
Reese got a decent jump on it, but it had a lot of territory to cover. So it's 0-1. Ryan had a sacrifice bunt in her last at bat. She flew out to center field first time up. 2 away, nobody on. And there's that changeup again from Roggentin, but this one misses. Katie Johnson gave up the first 4 runs for Iowa State, and then Roggentin has come on and done a very nice job in relief. The pitch missing, it's 2-1 now. Fouled back, 2-2. Five strikeouts so far on the day for Stacey Roggentin. She faces Ryan here. And there's strike 3, her 6th strikeout of the game. And a 1-2-3 inning for Stacey Roggentin. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Drake leading it 5-2. Spenlove takes pitch inside and high. Spenlove swung at the first pitch last time up there and grounded back to the pitcher. Jordan, an outstanding student. Good leader on this team. She takes ball 2. Didn't miss by much. So 2-0 to Jordan Spenlove.
Already a contrast to her last at bat.
Yeah. Right, she does stand quite a bit further away from the plate than most of the Cyclone hitters. This one fouled back, 2-1.
I'll be interested to see if it's just for this umpire or in this game, this pitcher, or else if it's a complete trend.
Spenlove doesn't have a lot of power, but a good contact hitter. 2-1 the count. She misses there, 2-2.
It's a disadvantage of being that far from the plate. That was a strike and right on the corner, but looks like she was just not close enough to even get the end of her bat on it.
Schmidt to Spenlove with a 2-2 count here, leading off the 5th. Ball 3. Spenlove out of San Antonio. 3-2 delivery from Schmidt. And she takes ball 4. Good at bat for Jordan Spenlove. And the Cyclones have a runner aboard. It's the second time in this game that they've gotten their leadoff hitter on. They did it in the last inning with Lexi Slater's base hit. And now, number 9 hitter Sammy Hildreth will bat.
It's a good trend to get your first base runner on. Happened last inning and we scored. So hopefully we can continue that.
Puts a little pressure on Schmidt, who's thrown 59 pitches in this game and leads at 5-2. And she starts off with the ball to Hildreth. Now the Cyclones would certainly love to get Rachel Hartman back in their lineup. Had such a great freshman season a year ago, but Hildreth's done a nice job. There's a pop-up to the left side, the shortstop over, and she will make the play, Tasha Alexander. So we'll get to the top of the lineup. with a runner aboard, and now Brittany Gomez stands in. 1 for 2 on the day for Gomez.
Lots of fly out for the Cyclones. That's kind of want it more on the ground, so you force Drake to make some errors, but they've done a nice job getting their bat on the ball.
Gomez takes strike 1. Gomez had a base hit in her last at bat. 51st hit of the year. The 0-1. Bunted to the left side. Gomez flying down the line and in there safely. What great speed by Brittany Gomez. A bunt single. And now first and second for Iowa State with 1 away. So much pressure on that defense with her running.
For second baseman Kelsey Wright to kind of make a snag there. Snatched the ball out of the baseline. Nice job keeping it in her own glove.
Bingham fouls the first pitch off. Jordan Spenlove, the runner at second. Brittany Gomez, the runner at first. Anything in the gap here would score 2. Gomez with that kind of speed.
Just got to make sure she doesn't run Hildreth off the bases in front of her. Or actually Spenlove, excuse me.
She could lap me, that's for sure. Any doubt about that. 0-1 delivery here to Bingham. That one misses away. So 1-1 now. Key point in this ball game as Drake leads at 5-2, but Iowa State threatening here in the bottom half of the 5th. Got the heart of their lineup coming up here. So golden opportunity to get right in this game. Bingham to the right side, running hard. She'll beat it out. Bases juiced. And Allie Kappert will be the hitter. So the swinging bunt by Kathleen Bingham for a base hit.
Great job by Bingham. That's what you want to do as a slapper. Wasn't anything super hard, just kind of bouncy, hung in the air for a while, and then a little bit of, oh, you got it, I got it, between first base and pitcher, and gave her time to scamper onto first.
So now the base is loaded for Allie Kappert. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Schmidt to Kappert. To the left side, a base hit. Spenlove will score. Gomez held up at third, and it's a 5-3 game. Allie Kappert, the RBI single to right, her second hit of the day.
It's really great to see Kappert just confident up there in the box. She knew she was getting that hit. There was no way.
She loves to use the whole park, and that's why she's so tough to defend. A wise decision there by Stacy Gemeinhardt-Sessler, even with Gomez running. That ball in front of the left fielder, the play in front of her. Good numbers for Newman. And she faces Slater here, so she inherits a mess with the bases loaded and 1 away, and the cleanup hitter at the plate for Iowa State. 5-3 Drake in front, but Iowa State putting together a good threat here. 1 run already in the bottom of the 5th.
I think it's big for Drake to have Brewer back in there at first. Senior leadership, just kind of pull everyone back together, even especially with adding a freshman on the mound. I think it's very important you have that senior out there with that leadership.
Strike called to Slater. It's 1-1 right now. Newman, hard-throwing right-hander out of Madison, Wisconsin. It's been a little crazy up there these days. Foul ball, right side. 1-2 the count. Tough for the hitter here without having any chance to see Newman's stuff. But a 1-2 count to a good hitter, Lexi Slater. We saw her have a real battle with Schmidt earlier in this game, and here's the pitch. And Slater will stay alive with another foul ball. And here's where Slater, with that ability to stay alive, really helps her whole team. Everybody gets a little bit of a look at Newman's stuff. And Slater had that long at bat against Schmidt, helped her get her out of the game.
Also good to have your first at bat against new pitcher kind of take a little longer. They don't get in a groove right away.
High fastball, the rise ball, strikeout for the right-hander Newman. She gets Slater to chase, and that's a big out for Drake. It's the second out of the inning. Now Maddie Reese will come to the plate with the bases loaded here. Important opportunity for Iowa State. A 5-3 Drake lead here in the 5th. Newman to Reese, strike one. She throws it hard.
Good velocity on it. It'll be interesting to see if she has a changeup. We didn't really see one from Schmidt. Already seen a rise ball. It's a pretty common pitch for a young pitcher in the game of softball is that rise ball. It's a nice strikeout pitch.
The 0-1. Reese pops it up in the infield. And over to make the play is Alexander. So Iowa State leaves the bases loaded. They did get a run, but they trail 5-3 as we go to the 6th. The first pitch is strike from Roggentin. That's something she's been able to do, get out in front of the hitters.
Wright has not had a hit yet this game. That's big. She's currently sitting on a 10-game streak of having a hit in every game.
She did walk and score a run in the 2nd. Struck out in her last at bat against Roggentin. 1-1 the count. Tight ball game here in the top of the 6th. Right to the left side. Andion will take her time, fire across, and get her. Couldn't really take too much time because Wright running well. But a good play again by Nicole Andion. We've seen her play a very good third base today.
She does a nice job of gathering herself and getting the throw off. It's always been a good throw, even crunched for time. She gets it out of her glove and to the first baseman's glove very effectively. Always nice as a first baseman to have a solid throw coming every time.
A changeup to start. Megan Soa with a strike. Soa, the hitting star for Drake so far in this one, 2 for 2. She's also walked. She scored a couple runs, driven in a couple runs, hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd. She bats with the bases empty, one away here in the 6th. That one in the dirt, 1-1. Soa from Gurnee, Illinois. One and one, fouled back. 1-2.
Soa has a very short swing. Her hands get through the zone pretty fast. It makes her a very effective hitter. It's a little bit of different starting motion than you normally see. Very staggered feet, hands pretty close to the ear and very high, but it makes for effective hitting.
To the shortstop, Slater, across the diamond for the out. 2 up, 2 down on a couple of ground balls. And that'll bring in number 3 hitter, Laura Brewer. So good job by Roggentin as she's retired the last 8 hitters. Foul back. Roggentin has a career high 6 strikeouts so far in this game. She was a little shaky at the start, but has settled into a nice groove here.
Definitely found the strike zone and gotten into a good zone. Drake hitters haven't really found their stride against her either.
The pitch outside, 1-1. All Iowa battle here. Roggentin out of Marengo, Brewer out of Waukee. 1-1 count. Deep to left field. Bingham giving ground, and it is gone. A home run for Laura Brewer. 2nd home run of the day for Drake. And Brewer, who re-entered after injuring herself in the 1st inning, delivers a towering home run to left field.
I'd say after injuring yourself in the 1st inning and not wanting to run bases, that's a very effective way to deal with that. Oh, she dug that one out from her knees. That was a great swing.
That ball was in the air a long time. And Bingham just ran out of room. So now it's a 6-3 Drake lead. on a home run by Brewer. Brings in Haley Nybo. So Roggentine had retired 8 straight hitters before that home run by Brewer. There's the off-speed pitch.
They both spoke a little too soon.
Yeah. The heart of this Drake lineup is Brewer, the 3-hitter, and now Nybo, the cleanup hitter. But a couple away here in the top half of the 6th. The 6-3 Drake lead. Roggentine delivers, and Brewer fouls it back. It's 0-2, or not, I should say, Nybo fouls it back. 0-2 the count.
Looks like Nybo's finding her timing. That foul ball was almost straight back, which means I'm going to feel an off-speed pitch here.
Nybo, a couple of doubles on the day. She's also struck out. The 0-2. Left side, Slater has to hurry and didn't get her. Nybo able to beat it out. Took a while to get to Slater, but not a ball that she could really charge. And now we'll take another look.
Antion probably could have cut across, but it was almost too high of a bounce. She did a nice job trying for it.
And the right call there at first base is Nybo able to beat it out. And so now Rebecca Schmidt, the starting pitcher in this game for Drake, will bat. Schmidt was cruising along pretty nicely in the circle before running into a few issues in the last inning. They brought on Nicole Newman in relief. She did a great job. Schmidt the beneficiary. Now she'll bat here with a 6-3 Drake lead. That pitch misses, ball 1. Roggentine now up to 73 pitches.
Pitch count starting to get back up. She's doing a nice job of making all of her pitches worthwhile.
Oh, nice off-speed pitch by Roggentine. 1-1.
She does a great job painting that outside corner a little lower. If you get a change up too high, it's pretty easy to rock it. So it's a nice job keeping it on the outside, a little out of reach, and a little low for hitters.
Schmidt takes outside, 2-1. Drake trying to add to a 6-3 lead here in the top half of the 6th inning. Iowa State will have Antion, McFarland, and Spenlove in their half. Foul back. 2-2 the count.
Two outs for the Cyclones with a runner on first. Foul ball up third base side.
So Schmidt and Roggentine in a battle. And we will see a visit here from Brittany Wildmiller, the pitching coach for Iowa State.
Always good to take a breather. Again, pitcher on pitcher battle. Some of the smartest when it comes to that umpire strike zone.
Cyclones would like to keep it right here at a 6-3 game and grab the bats. Roggentine was cruising along, gave up that solo home run, though, to Laura Brewer. Now the 2-2 to Schmidt. Strike 3 called. Career high 7th strikeout of the game for Stacy Roggentine. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-3, Drake in front. Big cut there and a miss.
It's looking like Newman's go-to pitch will be a rise. It'll look really good, and then about a foot and a half before the plate, it'll sharply curve up. Always a good staple in a softball pitcher's pitching repertoire.
You mentioned the high strikeout numbers for Newman. And this one fouled back by Antion. 0-2. Freshman versus freshman.
Newman has a game high of 11 strikeouts in a single game, so her pitch
Antion stays alive.
her pitch count will stay a little bit higher. She'll have to work batters and get them off balance and throw them off. So watch her pitch count to skyrocket a little bit faster than Schmidt and Roggentin's.
Another 0-2 delivery coming up from Newman to Antion. Big windup. Fouled back. Good job by Antion staying alive.
Probably not a strike, but good to just get a bat on it.
All right, so Sarah, you're a former softball player. What's the deal with Finnernan having to take the throws back from the catcher, the third baseman, instead of the pitcher just taking the throw back?
I don't really know. I think it might just be Newman gathering herself. It looks like a pretty set routine.
There is the play from 3 to 4, and a good play covering there at second base by Kelsey Wright. They get the out. Leadoff hitter is erased.
Nice heads up on Wright's part. That was a good hit on Antion's part, too.
A lot of spin on that ball. Brewer stayed with it, flipped it to right for the out. So 1 up, 1 down, and now it's Jordan Spendlove. Or I'm sorry, Kelsey McFarland to bat. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 6th. Cyclones running out of opportunities here against Drake. Trail 6-3. McFarland, another freshman, facing the freshman Newman. And a 2-0 count. McFarland takes good cuts up there. She does not get cheated. She takes a full swing. And she has a 2-0 count here, so good hitters count facing Newman. And that's a strike on the inner half. 2-1. McFarland hitting .263 on the season. Couple home runs, 12 RBIs. 2-1. Two and two now. Newman has pitched very well for Drake in relief of Schmidt.
She's got Cyclones swinging at pitches that are not strikes.
Good job by McFarland to stay alive there. It's 2-2 still. This is what I was talking about earlier. See where the third baseman comes over to take the throw back from the catcher.
It looks like it's on like foul balls. The first time I saw it, I thought poor Newman was going to get beamed in the back of the head.
Yeah, I wondered the same thing. I'm sure there's a reason. 2-2 the count. Left side and foul. Let's see. Here we go.
Yep.
Third baseman comes over.
Must have happened once, and now it's a...
Maybe it's a superstitious thing.
I think so. I have to say, athletes are probably the most superstitious people you'll ever meet.
I'm just glad there's not a reason that makes any sense for it, because I was having a real hard time figuring one out. Here's McFarland again fouling one off, so she's done a very nice job staying alive.
There's even a little handshake included.
Yeah, maybe they're just pals. Enjoy spending time together.
Camaraderie.
2-2. Big wind-up from Newman. She misses inside. Full count now, so McFarland's done a nice job in this at-bat, just battling Newman, a hard-throwing right-hander. Full count.
I have a feeling a rise ball's coming.
The 3-2. You're right, and it's to the left side and caught over there by Finneran. So 2 up, 2 down for Iowa State.
That's the tough thing about a rise ball is that it is hard to hit well. It is hard to hit with velocity. You're either under it or you're maybe a little bit on top of it. And so you get 1/3 of the ball instead of even half, or just getting the good meat of the ball on it.
Spenlove will bat. She's walked and scored a run. Cyclones would love to at least have Spenlove find a way onto first base so that they can get through the bottom of their lineup and have Gomez at the very worst as your leadoff hitter in the 7th to hopefully set the table for a big inning. But they trail 6-3 here in the 6th. 2 away. Spenlove fought it off left side. She'll have to dig hard. The throw is not on target. It pulled Brewer off the base, and Spenlove able to get aboard. So she did a nice job there.
I don't think her hands are feeling that great. That looked like a bit of a stinger. Right off the handle of the bat.
Right into no man's land, too.
Slow enough roller that she had time to get there.
So that'll bring on the catcher, Sammy Hildreth, with a runner aboard and 2 outs. 7th hit of the day for Iowa State. Hildreth takes a strike. Hits are fairly close. 8 hits in the day for Drake, 7 for Iowa State, but all those extra base hits coming for the Bulldogs. Got a couple of home runs. Foul ball, out of play. So Hildreth faces an 0-2 count now. This game about 2 hours and 10 minutes old. That pitch misses, 1-2 the count. Cyclones back in action Friday. They'll host Oklahoma State 1-3, a 4 o'clock start here at Cyclone Sports Complex. Then Saturday and Sunday games at noon. Newman's pitch. That rise ball again, and a sliding effort by the catcher Chambers, but she could not make the play, so Hildreth stays alive.
Chambers has had some nice effort on these pop-ups. Pretty close to that one. That one came off the bat a little bit faster and wasn't as high as some of the other ones we've seen.
Change softballs. Spenlove, the runner at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, the 6-3 Drake advantage, and the 1-2 pitch on the way to Hildreth. Off the bat, foul. Drake will have the bottom portion of its lineup up in the top half of the 7th. We'll try the 1-2 again. Hildreth takes a ball, 2-2. Newman, for a strikeout pitcher, does not walk many. She is a hard-throwing freshman right-hander out of Madison. 2-2 delivery. Good job by Hildreth.
She only has 9 walks so far this season.
Nice find for Rich Calvert's program.
Oh, excuse me, that was in conference play. She's had a couple more, 37 in non-conference, but that's compared to 40 from Schmidt, who's pitched a lot more innings than she has.
There's strike 3 from Newman. And we will go to the top half of the 7th inning. It's a 6-3 Drake advantage. Bragantine starts her with ball 1. Well, that little explanation there from Coach Calvert to the home plate umpire.
There's always special rules for pitchers on what kind of towels and what kind of color it can all be and where it can sit in the circle. I didn't know it applied to being in the batter's box.
Bragantine delivers, popped up. Again, a mile high. Spenlove running out of room as it goes out of play. 1-1 the count. That Drake fan to retrieve it. Look at his piece of candy.
Don't want to pass up that opportunity.
Never. 1-1 count. Off speed. Oh, that looked good. Didn't it?
Just a little low. Newman seems a bit taller. I'd be interested to see her height. She seems at least taller than Cyclone pitchers.
2-1 the count. 2-2 as Newman takes a cut and misses.
I don't really list height in softball information packets. Not always a key stat.
2-2 now. Base hit for Newman, her first of the season. Or is it? It is.
A little bit of a looping throw. Always good to try it. Hard hit into right field. Always nice try at first base, especially if the runner isn't the speediest.
McFarland threw it in there, but not in time. And now we're going to have another change here, I think, for Drake. Trying to chop one over Antion's head at third, but it's foul.
Not many at bats, but not too many strikeouts, which is good to see in someone who doesn't always get to hit.
Same approach here. And she'll take a ball, 1-1.
She really shortens her bat. You can see her grip's up a little bit higher, so she's looking to chop it into the ground. Really, either bounce really high or just die right in front of the plate is what looks like what she's trying to do.
Hoyman misses, 1-2. And strike three on a pitch on the outside corner by Rogantine, her 8th strikeout of the game, a career high for Stacey Rogantine. A big out to get there. Here comes Tasha Alexander. So one away here in the top of the 7th. Foul ball. Sarah will catch up with Stacy Gemeinhart Sessler after this game. And I'm sure that the subject of Stacey Rogantine will probably come up. She's really done a nice job keeping Iowa State in this game. Foul ball, 0-2.
I'd say other than the home run, it's been a very top-to-bottom, good, thorough performance by Rogantine in relief.
The walk-on out of Marengo, now with 89 pitches in the game. 0-2 the count. Strike three. Rogantine with 9 strikeouts. Third time today that Alexander's gone down on strikes, and now Sarah Ryan will be the hitter.
Her previous career high had been 5. See if she can double up.
Mentioned it'll be the top of the lineup for Iowa State in the bottom half of this 7th inning. So they'll have Gomez, Bingham, and Kappert due. So the opportunity's there. Just want to keep it a 6-3 game right here. Foul ball, 1-1. That one misses. 2-1 the count.
She's just missing that low pitch. Really, really great spot.
She has not walked many. But now it is a 3-1 count here to the number 9 hitter, Sarah Ryan. We'll have a visit to the circle. Just a couple walks in this game for Roggentin to go with those 9 strikeouts. But a 3-1 count on Ryan.
She's throwing a couple off speeds, so I feel like we're going to get a fastball here.
Six-3 game in the 7th. And strike 2 from Roggentin. Full count now.
Nice spot. 3-1 is always a favorite count for hitters. Nice job on Sarah Ryan's part to also leave that. That wasn't her strike, and she had one to give.
Payoff pitch here to Ryan. Runner at first, Newman, will be going. Foul ball. We'll do it all over again. No lights here at Cyclone Sports Complex.
This remarkably gloomy weather is not making it the brightest evening out.
3-2 the count. Roggentin again. Off speed, strike 3. 10th strikeout of the game for Stacy Roggentin. She struck out the side after allowing a leadoff base hit. And what a job by Roggentin. We go to the bottom of the 7th, top of the order coming up for Iowa State. They trail 6-3.
Gomez is also a little shorter. If you notice, Newman's rise balls start high and end high, and so might already just start out of Gomez's strike zone.
Gomez just 6 walks on the season. She takes a strike, 1-1. Foul ball, 1-2. Kathleen Bingham to follow, and then Allie Kappert. But Newman knows how important this leadoff hitter is. She delivers the 1-2 to Gomez. Left side, and did it go over the base? Nope, just foul, they say. She made a good effort there.
That went sharply into the ground and then very high up.
Didn't miss by much. So Gomez will try it again here at 1-2. Newman to Gomez. Fouled off.
Gomez does a nice job with taking what the pitcher is giving to her. So if she's able to chop it into the ground, she will. If not, she can try and just place it right in those gaps if it's in the air.
And that one misses. 2-2.
Nice job by Gomez on holding off on that rise ball.
Mentioned Gomez came into this game 3rd in the Big 12 in hitting. She's added 2 more hits today. And that one misses. It's 3-2. Or did it touch the bat? Or seeing if she went around.
I think skimming off the bat's handle, I believe. She didn't bring her barrel of the bat through the strike zone, so I think it must have been if it hit her.
The 3-2. Gomez to left field, but it's caught. A line drive. And Megan Soa in the perfect spot so that all-important leadoff hitter for the Cyclones retired. That'll bring on Kathleen Bingham.
Bingham and Gomez had a quick little chat right before Gomez scooted into the dugout. This is both their first time seeing Newman, I do believe. The slappers you have to definitely consult.
Bingham takes a look. Strike one from Newman. Kathleen Bingham excited to wear an Iowa State uniform. Just a few miles from home in Ankeny. It's to play in front of her sisters, family. She takes pitch inside. It's 1-1.
Coming off the handle there, looked like it might have been a stinger.
Yeah, you're right. 0-2 the count. One away here in the bottom of the seventh. Iowa State trails 6-3. And Bingham stays alive. The 0-2. Up high. See Bingham start out a decent distance from the plate. She runs at that circle as the pitch is delivered. It's that running start. And misses on a fastball from Newman. 2 up, 2 down. So Allie Kappert, the last hope for Iowa State. Newman doing a good job attacking that top portion of the Iowa State lineup. Kappert, an RBI single, 2 hits on the day for Allie. Six to 3, Drake in front.
Kappert's come a long way since her freshman year. She looks so much more relaxed in the batter's box. I think she's definitely regained her confidence and is able to just go in there and hit. And she's just an amazing hitter, so it's good that she has that confidence.
The 0-1 misses. It's 1-1. Well, we mentioned, has a great batting eye. She also uses every inch of the ballpark. She will take it down the line, opposite way. She can pull the ball. She has great power to straightaway center.
There's no way the defense can set themselves up for success in this situation.
That one fouled off. She's also an outstanding base runner. Really a fundamentally good player. She played some outfield last year when she wasn't DHing and played it very well. 1-2 count here on Allie Kappert, the last hope for Iowa State.
She was primarily first base in high school, so it's attributing to her knowledge of softball that she can come to college and play in the outfield right away and be effective.
Wow, strike 3 from Newman. As Kappert took a strike, and Newman ends it for Drake. The Bulldogs get the victory.